So another international break don't come to an end. Now this is a special message to NFF. Abeg, make una help me tag them or una forward this video until it go get to them. Maybe they no go see am. So una help me forward am so that it go get to them. Because it don't really take when NFF, the Super Eagles, they pour spit for the face of Nigerians. For a very, very long time, Okrak Borel, they'll tell when we suffer this backlash, this disappointment from the Super Eagles. For a very, very long time now, we dey suffer am. Our papa dey suffer am. We don become adults, we still dey suffer am. In those days, we dey say our papa dey go watch match. When they come back, they go dey vex. They can hardly eat the food from their lovely wives. It's very, very bad. You don't really take. Just imagine for how many years they come now. Only one song now we know when they say they appreciate the Super Eagles or the Nigerian national team. That song now, you know the song now. If you dey watch Nigerian match for your screen for house or you dey visit the stadium, you go must all hear am from the Nigerian musical band. That song when Nigeria take defeat Brazil in those days now. When Nigeria win Brazil, you know the song now. Beto call they cry. That song. Since then till now, that is the only song when we know when they say they appreciate the Nigerian national team, Nigerian Super Eagles. You know very poor. We get Grammy Award winners now for Nigeria. Our musicians, they are so good, talented, yet they don't go really sing songs. So I appreciate the Nigerian national team, the Nigerian Super Eagles. These musicians, they be friends to these Nigerian footballers, so but they're not going to really great sing songs to them because they themselves they pass through disappointment and pressure from the Nigerian national team. It is really, really bad. The Egyptians you see today, when the Bible tells us we don't go see again, we they see and steady from the Nigerian national team. It is really, really crazy. Anyways, the international break don't finish. We don't say football for club level pause since because the playmakers they travel go their respective country, go represent their nation for international football in search for international glory. Starting from the African side, we know say na CAF World Cup qualification now take place, and we see say country like Algeria, Sudan, Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, all those guys they deliver their polling units as they sit down comfortably on top of their respective table. What this means to these nations is that their chances of qualifying to the World Cup 2026 is very, very high. Well, the reverse is the case for us Nigerians, as we not really do well during this international break. Our first match against Rwanda, although we win that one 2-0, courtesy of those two lovely goals from Victor Osimhen, we reached Akwa Ibom State Stadium for Uyo, taking on Zimbabwe. We open Yash for Zimbabwe. Inside 90 minutes, now Zimbabwe bring that game to a stalemate. That game end 1-1. It is very, very crazy. What this means to Nigerians is that we don't enter the stage of calculation, the stage of praying for our enemies, the stage of praying for our opponents when we win before or when we draw before, may they do well or may they not do well. Because our success now no depend on us anymore. We need to be pray for our enemies, may they win or may they not win. Eric, now you do us this one. Our coach, now you do all this one because after you come out to see me for that match for Uyo, you're supposed to ask defenders to guide the post so that another goal no go enter because the 3 points at that point in time is the most important thing to you, not another goal. Yet, you know the one. Zimbabwe, they can't come back, go draw that game. Now, see here, you don't put us now. Maybe they pray to qualify to the 2026 World Cup. It is very, very sad. Anyways, 12 points is still up for grabs. If we not do well, who knows, we will qualify through playoffs. Of course, matches Baku across the world, not only Africa, they say play games for Europe. We see the UEFA Nations League when they select France, Germany, Spain, and Portugal as the 4 teams, the 4 nations will qualify to the next round of that competition. Not be small thing, no. Some now penalty and extra time they select those 4 teams, so the match really rugged. Inside Europe too, the UEFA Nations League qualification still take place. These are teams when they try to qualify go the next competition of the UEFA Nations League. Elsewhere for the world during this international break, we see say the CONMEBOL World Cup qualification take place. When we say Brazil, they suffer a heavy defeat from Argentina 4-1. Another game here in the favor of Argentina. Those 2 nations they be like rival. The way Bolsonaro they do for Brazil now. Now so these Brazilian players that they do, they're 2 live fights. Anytime when Brazilian player meets Argentina player, they know they always they agree. I wonder why. If you check the Spanish side, Real Madrid, they get plenty of Brazilian players. If you check the Barcelona side, Barcelona, they get plenty of Argentina players. And so the thing just said, those people, they be like rival forever. Those two countries, they too they para. The same way when Bolsonaro now, they para for Brazil, trying to overcome or trying to plot a coup, against the Brazilian government. But that's not why we're here. Now, football news, we they talk about. During this international break, we see say OFC World Cup qualification take place. This one are countries like the Iran, the Pakistan, those guys who like fights. Now they're not trying to qualify, for this World Cup 2026 during this international break. Last but not the least, we see the CONCACAF Nations League final will take place between Mexico and Panama, and Mexico edged out victorious over Panama, while Canada called displaced USA for the third place of that competition. All these ones now be rundown or the summary of football we see across the world during this international break.